I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love.
What's going on, everybody? It's your big homie, the Armchair Operator, and today we are going to take a look at the relatively new, I would say, Glock 47 MOS. Now, if you've been kind of living under a rock for the past year, or maybe you just simply don't know or haven't heard of it, the Glock 47 is Glock's newest full-size handgun chambered in 9mm. And essentially, it's a Glock 17 Gen 5 that has a slightly shortened dust cover and a different recoil spring and guide rod. That's it. So just to give you an idea, the frame itself, because the dust cover is slightly shorter, the frame size of the 47 is identical to that of the Glock 45, and it uses the same recoil spring and guide rod as the Glock 19. Now, they had to change the slide a little bit in order for it to fit. And the purpose of this basically was modularity. This is Glock's answer to the modular handgun. So, granted, yes, I'm late to the game on this. This gun has probably been out maybe close to a year now. This is November of 2023, and it's been out for a minute. And I just, pardon me, I just picked up one and I'm going to do a first shot to just take a look at it. I didn't have a full-size Glock 17 to really compare it against. I did have a Shadow Systems DR920 at one point in time, which I no longer have. So for me, it kind of made sense to go out and buy this gun. And I also have a Glock 19 Gen 5, so there is that, right? So I can play with that a little bit, and I get to show you guys. So that's all good, right? So, but before we dive into the Glock 47, sorry. Again, I just want to give a huge thanks to everybody that's liking the videos, commenting on the videos, sharing the videos, subscribing to the channel. Without you all, this channel would be nowhere. So I definitely got to take the time out to thank each and every one of y'all, my A1 from day ones, and all the new people, and for all the people who see this video sometime into the future. Thank y'all too. All right, so enough jibber jabber. Let's dive into this Glock 47 and let's see what it's hitting for. Okay, everybody, here we are. We got the Glock 47, the new hotness from Glock out of its box. So y'all know what I like to do before we do anything. We gonna do a clear check. So we're gonna check that out. As you can see, chamber is empty. Magazine is empty. The gun is safe. And as always, we are in a safe and controlled environment. So first and foremost, right off the hop, now you can see what I was talking about the shortened dust cover. And I also forgot to mention that they lengthened this part of the slide a little bit. So to make up for that extra space that they chopped down on the front of the dust cover here. But you know, you still got your universal rail slot and everything like that. But anywho, let's dive into the pistol. I'm just going to open this box up real quick just to give me just a little bit more space. And y'all know where I like to start. I like to start at the top. So right off the hop, these sights did not come with the gun. So I had to point that out right away. These are actually Trijicon Optics Height XR night sights. And when I bought the gun, literally the very first thing I did was I bought these sights and had them installed right away. So the Glock 47s come with your standard Glock sights, and as we all know, the standard Glock sights are polymer and they're trash. So hence why I got these put on. But let's talk more about the actual gun itself, shall we? So we have your standard 4.6-inch barrel chambered in 9mm, and as you know, Glocks from, I believe, the Gen 4 onwards are using standard rifling, I believe, not the polygonal rifling. And also this barrel looks like it has a bit of a reverse crown there too. So that's cool. We got our standard Gen 5 front and rear slide serrations. You know, you can do your press checkers all day long. Standard, I can't remember exactly what finish this is. I'm not sure if it's a Melanite. I don't remember, but it's your standard Gen 5 Glock finish, that's for sure. It's MOS, so you have your optics cut. This plate is polymer. The gun does come with an optics plate, I believe, for the RMR footprint, which it's somewhere in here. I can grab it. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. There's the optics plate. This is a metal plate, and this is for the RMR footprint, and they give you a little tool and some screws there that are already Loctited. So, of course, if you need more plates, let's say if you're trying to mount, say, a Delta Point Pro or something like that, I'm sure you can go to Glock's website and order the plates that'll support those optics. Moving on down, we got a standard Gen 5 grip, trigger guard, the whole shebang. You know, ambidextrous slide stop, which came out on the Gen 4s, I believe. Magazine release, which is reversible, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, we got the lack of the finger grooves, which a lot of people like. I myself personally like the lack of the finger grooves. And the texture on the Gen 5, the Gen 4s and the Gen 5s just feel better to me versus the older Gen 3s. Also, too, of course, you got the additional back straps. So this is the medium back strap. This is the large back strap. And, of course, this is the actual tool that you use to drive the pin out. That pin is right there. And it's actually really easy. It's just press fit in there. You'll just push that guy in. It'll come out. You take this off. You could either use it without the grip extension, which people with smaller hands will probably prefer. You could use it with. Even though I have larger hands, I find that the medium back strap for me is the best in terms of comfort and my ability to be accurate with the pistol. So there's that. Let's see what else we got. Got a little bit of a magwell flare down here, right, built in. And you got, of course, your little cutout. So in case anybody might be wondering, that little cutout just helps you to be able to rip the mag out for whatever reason if it gets stuck inside the gun. Case in point, see, just go in, boom. That's why that's there. In case anybody wanted to know. I mean, other than that, truth be told, it's a Glock. I mean, everybody knows Glocks. If you're familiar with the Glock 17, this is basically the same gun with a few changes. So, like I said, we have the shorter dust cover. So this frame here is the exact same frame that goes on the Glock 45, right? You just essentially got a Glock 45 long slide for all intents and purposes. And, you know, I mean, it's cool. Speaking of which, I do have a Glock 19 Gen 5 on hand. As you can see here, clear check. Firearm is clear and it is good to go. So, one of the main reasons why, let's set this guy to the side. One of the main reasons why Glock did this was for modularity reasons. And essentially, if you have both guns, you actually have the ability to do a little changes. So let's do that, shall we? So we're going to do that. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot YouTube. Give me one sec, guys. And we're back, and check it out. We got two different guns on the table, y'all. So up here, we actually have the Glock 47 slide and barrel on the Glock 19 Gen 5 frame, giving us the Glock 49. Who would have thunk it? 19 plus 47 equals 49. Not really, but in Glock's world, it does. So, and here we have the Glock 45, which is essentially the Glock 19 Gen 5 slide and barrel on the Glock 47 frame. So there you have it, Glock's version of modularity. And in case if you're wondering, on my Glock 19, it's not optics cut, and these are Trijicon standard height XR night sights. As you can see, I like Trijicon, and I'm rocking Trijicons on both guns. What would be great if we could get Trijicon sights on a Glock, on a standard Glock from the factory, but I'm not even going to get into that. But the point of the matter is, this is the modularity that you have, assuming that you have both pistols. You can swap them around, and one good use I think for this would be if you're security or law enforcement, something like that, and you're carrying a Glock 47 as a duty gun, and you wanted to say go from on duty to off duty, and you wanted to create a Glock 45, you could flip and swap it around and do that if you want, or if you just want something with a bit shorter profile in the front but a full-size grip, you have that. So basically that's what you have. You have options, and as always, options are good. So enough about that right there. Like I said, it's your standard Glock, something that we're all familiar with. So I haven't put a lot of rounds through this gun yet. I think maybe only about 150 at this point. But I mean, all in all, it shot good on the range. It still needs to be broken in, and you can really feel it in terms of the trigger. This trigger is, a little gritty, Gen 5-ish, but just like my 19, it's going to loosen up over time. It's going to get better. So, I just got to put more rounds down range to make that happen. And, I really do like the sight picture from the XR optics height night sights. I really like the sight picture with that. It really makes it easy for my eyes to pick up that front sight as I'm, obviously aiming down the sight towards the target. So that's cool. But I mean, other than that, there really isn't too much to report. Like I said, it's a standard Glock. I mean, I didn't have any reliability issues out of the 150 rounds that I shot so far. And, of course, I'm going to put more rounds through it. I don't know if I'm going to do a 1,000 round review. If y'all would like a 1,000 round review of the Glock 47, let me know down in the comments. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a 1,000 round review, especially since everybody is familiar with it. And, I don't anticipate any problems or any hiccups, being a thing for the Glock 47. But like I said, if you're interested in seeing a 1,000 round update video, I should say a 1,000 round update video, definitely let me know. I'll make that happen for you, no problem. But now that all that's been laid out on the table, let me just give y'all my final thoughts on the Glock 47. All right, y'all. So for my final thoughts, proven, reliable Glock, right? It's your basic Glock Gen 5 experience. It's a Gen 5. It's kind of hard to, well, I mean, it's not really hard to put into words because most people are familiar with a Glock Gen 5 at this point. But even so, the gun shoots pretty good. The trigger is a Glock trigger. It's not horrible, but it needs some breaking in. And once it gets broken in, it'll be okay for a stock Glock trigger. I'm not planning on upgrading the trigger or putting anything in there like a Timney Alpha trigger or anything like that. This is pretty much just going to be like a carry gun, home defense gun maybe at some point. And I tend not to do too much to those guns as far as the internal workings. About the only thing that I would do is upgrade the sights, put a light on it, or an optic, maybe call it a day. So I'm not planning on doing anything crazy with the 47. But, I mean, anyway, like I said, it's a good gun. Now, my opinion on that is we all know Glock doesn't innovate a whole lot, air quotes, right? So I kind of feel the same way like a lot of other content creators feel that has reviewed the Glock 47, in that it would have made sense that if they're going to make changes to the platform, then give us some more accoutrements. Give us some better freaking sights out of the box, for Christ's sake. Like, that right there is baffling to me, to be quite honest. And when I bought the pistol, the first thing I did was I must have paid like $100 Black Friday anyway, but like $100 for some quality Trijicon sights. The sights, even without the Black Friday deal, were like $125. And the thing about it is, what I don't think Glock gets is that most people will be willing to pay a little bit more for the gun if they're going to give us some good sights. I'm not saying that they should, because I mean, honestly, the gun, the price point is cool in my opinion. No one wants to spend more money anyway. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to make a statement and you're trying to innovate, then for Christ's sake, do something fresh. Like just give people that little something to just bite down. You know, let all the Glock fanboys' wet dreams come true. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That's what we need. That would be great. But even without all that, it's still a proven reliable platform. It's probably the most well-known polymer frame striker fire platform in existence today. It dominates the market share, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, regardless of what anyone thinks. But anyway, guys, we've come to the end of another one. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching these videos. If you like the video, please let me know by hitting that like button. Let me know down in the comment section. You know, we can get this discussion popping. And if you really like the video, please consider giving me a super thanks. So super thanks is just kind of like YouTube's way of leaving a tip, right? And you know, the proceeds of that really will go towards the channel, and that'll really help me to bring you all more content and then coming in the new year. But if you can't do that, or you don't want to do that, that's okay too. I promise. I mean, just the fact that you all are watching the videos, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that, that's great as well. So, but thank you for all that. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is your big homie, and I'm out. Peace.